friends, Andre and Brenda, over for dinner. And instead of getting a sitter, I asked that they bring the kids along. Kellen and Ellie are just so cute, and I'm making a dinner that everyone can enjoy. I have that sweet onion dip with the colorful crudité in the fridge, and I made those very vanilla cupcakes, miniature version. They're already iced and ready for us to decorate at the end of the meal. But now for the main course, I've got two things I want to make. A 3-cheese pasta bake. I'm going to boil off about a pound of cavatappi pasta. But any sort of short noodle will do, even traditional macaroni. And while this cooks, I'll get my chicken marinating and the glaze done all at the same time. For the marinade and the glaze, I'm using that great White Meadows maple syrup. I like to use the amber syrup. It's darker and more intense, perfect for a sweet marinade. And a whole head of garlic. Roughly chop it a bit. Throw a couple cloves into the glaze pot. Rest in with the chicken. And then a little malt vinegar. Just a splash in the pot. And I'll just simmer the maple syrup with the malt vinegar, and the maple syrup will actually thicken into a sauce consistency. And a splash of the malt vinegar in my marinade. And I can add the chicken. I'm using boneless, skinless chicken breasts. That way it's easy for everyone to eat, and I can cut up different size portions for the adults and the kids. I'll just keep the chicken cold while I start on the sauce for my 3-cheese pasta bake. For the cheese sauce, I have to make a roux, equal amounts of butter and flour. It takes a minute or two to cook the flour into the butter so that it does have that thickening power. The roux looks like a thick paste, but as you cook it and the butter heats up, it becomes a little thinner and easier to stir. It's a good sign that you're close to being ready to add the milk. That roux is getting a slight nutty aroma. It almost smells like almonds, so I know it's cooked enough. And I'll turn down the heat a little bit and just add the milk gradually, whisking after each addition. A pinch of nutmeg is nice. I find it heightens the cheese flavors. A full package of cream cheese, it makes the sauce super creamy with just a little tang. Got a cup and a half of old cheddar cheese and a cup of Swiss Gruyere, which is great melting cheese. I like the cheddar for flavor, but the Gruyere adds oomph and it turns nice and stringy when it melts. I'll add a bit of pepper. This gives the pasta a chance to warm up. Oh, look at that stretchiness. There we go. There's lots of sauce in there. I could serve it just like this, but I like to bake it. And in a 350 oven, this should take between 25 and 30 minutes. Spread it into the dish. Little breadcrumb on top. I love when it gets that crust. That's the best part about baking the pasta, cracking into that crunchy crust. Pop this into my oven. And since the pasta and the chicken take the same time to bake, I can get that in the oven too. In a 375 oven, this chicken will take about 25 minutes. Just a little salt and pepper. Supper's all looked after, so I get a chance to enjoy some time with Andre, Brenda, and the two kids.